So in this video, I'll be sharing with you a few simple tricks that I use when trying to make synth sounds a little bit more organic, a little bit more warm, and analog sounding. And you can apply these techniques to any VST synthesizer or hardware synthesizer. And we're going to be working today just with the Ableton stock analog plugin, which sounds analog anyway, but we're going to try and warm it up a little bit more. So I'll just quickly show you what we're going to be working with today. So on channel 1, we've just got a kick drum. On channel 2, we've just got a few percussive elements, all taken from the Aurora pack. And on the third channel, we've got the analog setup, which is what we'll be working with in this session. So I'll just let you have a quick listen to this. Very simple, basic sound, and we're just going to start by trying to warm up that sound. And the first thing to look at would be the pitch, because in analog hardware there is inconsistencies in the pitch due to the electronics inside the synth, especially old units, because they're quite unstable. So there's a few ways to do this. I'll show you a few different ways, so you can apply this to whichever VST you're using or hardware synth. So the first thing we're going to look at is the pitch, because in analog synthesizers, and especially old ones, you have fluctuations with the oscillators, which causes fluctuations in the pitch. So to do that on the analog or any other synth, you could play around with the vibrato. So I'll just do this at an extreme setting, and you can hear what that sounds like. So the key is to add quite a subtle modulation to the pitch to get that kind of analog sound. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is to go into the LFO section, switch LFO on and set this to random. Or you can actually set it to sine wave, but this time we're going to do it to random. So, and press retrig on. So every time the note hits, it's a slightly different pitch. Then what we need to do is go into the oscillator, and you've got this section here. So we've got a pitch mod section, and you can just dial in the LFO one here. So I'll do this extreme again, you can hear what that sounds like, and then I'll dial it back. So within this, I've noticed that we're just doing it to oscillator 1. So you've also got oscillator 2 as well. And that one's actually linked to LFO2. So we can do something really cool. We can have different LFOs for each oscillator. So not only will it change the pitch, it'll also separate the pitch on both of them. So you'll get this kind of like detuning sound. So I'll just quickly switch this on. Go to noise. Again, retrig is on. And if you switch over to LFO2, and we'll dial it in the opposite way this time. So let's just go for like 5 on each side. So we've got some nice phasing qualities there and detuning qualities, and you'll notice that it never repeats itself. So like when we used vibrato earlier, it's in a constant loop, so it's always doing the same loop. This time, every single note that hits has got a different modulation going on, so it keeps it very organic sounding. Also on Ableton's analog synthesizer, I noticed that if you go to the master section and you click here, you've got this error mode, which if you boost up, it actually creates these analog inconsistencies. So I'll let you have a listen to this, I'll dial it in. So that's probably the quickest way to do it on the Ableton analog synthesizer. But if you have, like I said before, if you have other VSTs, then some of the other ways might work for you. Next, what we're going to do is add some inconsistencies to the velocity and also the groove. And that's to just give it that kind of human errors and mistakes. So there's a few ways of doing this as well. We can open up this MIDI effects plugin from Ableton and switch it on, and there's a preset called add some random, and this dial here basically adds randomness to the velocity. So I'll start to dial this in and you can have a listen to what that sounds like. So if I was going to apply this, I would just put it around 7 or 8, which is quite subtle. And again, you can do this within the synthesizer as well. So if you go to the LFO section, again, make sure that you've got noise switched on and re-trigger switched on. And then if you go over to the amp section here, you've actually got the level mod section. So you can find this on most synthesizers. And if we just dial that in, I'll turn this one off. So that's another way of doing it. Next, we're going to add some random timing into the actual MIDI clip. So if we go over to the MIDI clip and on the groove, we add some swing and then open up the groove pool. We've got this random modulator here. So basically what that does is modulates the notes so they're never on grid, they're constantly fluctuating. So again, that just adds a little bit of human quality to the loop. So have a listen to what that sounds like, and I'll start to dial this in and we'll go quite extreme so you can hear that. About 10% works for me. Another thing that I like to do is to add a little bit of noise into the signal. So on most synthesizers you will have a noise oscillator. And what we're going to do is we're going to switch the analog's noise section on and we're going to start to dial this in. So for me that just adds a bit more analog quality, a bit more hiss to the sound, makes it sound a bit more lifelike. So far, random LFO waveforms have been a great way to add some human-like inconsistencies into the sound. And we're going to take it a step further by using Ableton's LFO plugin, which is one of the Max for Live devices. And we're going to map a few different elements and see if we can try and get some like really cool movement from that. So let's just switch on the LFO. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to turn up the depth all the way because we're going to use these parameters here to determine how much of the modulation we want for each of the settings instead of the same modulation depth being on all of the parameters. And within this you've got two sections. So the first one is the minimum and the second one is the maximum. So the first one we're going to modulate is the decay, and if you imagine 5 milliseconds is minimum and 15 seconds is maximum. So we're probably going to set it to maybe 40 for the maximum. And minimum, we don't want it going all the way down. So we'll try there, see what that sounds like. And it would help if I mapped it first. So we'll do that now. So we'll map the decay. And you can see that it's moving around now. So that sounds quite good, adds a little bit more inconsistency. Next we're going to map a few different things, so we'll try the resonance, that might be quite cool to do. Obviously we don't want that hitting 100%. Sounds a little bit crazy, so we'll just put it at a low modulation, so from 10% to 14. When we had it on 0, the sound was dropping too much compared to when the resonance is up. So another simple trick we can do actually to add a bit more movement in the sound is to modulate the panning, which we've not done. We don't have to use the LFO plugin, we can just go to the amp section and dial in pan mod here. So there's so much more movement going on now using the panning mod as well. So that was a few simple ways to make any synth sound a little bit more analog and a little bit more organic with some human-like inconsistencies. And like I said before, you can apply that to any hardware or software synthesizer. And what we're going to do now is I'm just going to do a quick A/B, so in context with the drums, so you can hear what that is doing and the difference that it makes when you apply these methods. So this second scene here is the original, and the first scene is where we got to with all the modulations. So I'll let this play through, and then after a few bars I'll switch it over. So the second demonstration definitely sounded more organic and warm, and it was moving around a lot more. And for me personally, it had a lot more sonic interest compared to the original static loop. And the beauty of these kind of techniques is you don't have to just apply it to a synth. You can apply it to all different sounds within your project. And combining this with some of the other subjects that we've touched on in previous videos, like how to humanize drums, combining all of these techniques together will give you a much more warm, rich sound, as opposed to just the static kind of loopy based production. If any of you guys have got any tips or tricks that are very similar to these ones, or things that I've not touched upon, please let us know in the comment section below, and I am really looking forward to checking those out. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.